Svenari, when you tuck a child into bed, what do you tell them as you do?
In Norwegian, I would tell a story. I would say, "Det var en gang."
Det var en gang. Well, was that awful?
No, that was fine. It's the start of once upon a time, and then the story comes.
I love telling stories in facilitation. I think storytelling can be really transformative to help people understand the way they think. At the Lean HE conference last week, we learned that good storytelling is about an individual, because you connect with individuals. It is true, even if it doesn't happen to you, and it makes a point. It goes to the way the world will be in the future. And it was really kind of a powerful session that made me think a lot about how I tell stories in facilitation and reflect on the fact that I do that quite a lot. What do you think, Svenari?
I do the same thing. I tell stories. I use stories to connect. I use stories to make it easier for people to kind of understand or find direction. But there's a trap to fall into here. I mean, storytelling is very powerful. And when you tell a story and you get good reactions from people, you kind of suddenly can become the star yourself and you kind of overtake the room. And as a facilitator, you shouldn't, probably.
Yeah, something else with it. It's not about me. I mean, and that's how I love being the center of the room, the center of attention. You can imagine. But I think you're right. It's about helping people, I guess, tell their own stories.
Yes, exactly.
And so many facilitation tools and techniques do that. I mean, you've been to those sessions with the photo cards on the walls where you see and you say, pick a photo, tell me why that photo spoke to you. Or when you have a diagram of maybe a pirate ship, you have to choose who you are on the pirate ship, you know?
Yeah, like this picture here. So I think when it comes to our model for facilitation, we are talking about both methods and abilities. Abilities as a storyteller, and I think that is an ability you can train. You can train yourself to recognize stories that could be useful in a facilitation setting. So you train yourself on this.
And I think you can train yourself to practice enabling people to tell their own stories, including stories about themselves and stories about the group that you're working with to help them make a change.